Okay, great. Thank you, Emilian. And so, hi everyone again, and hope everyone's having a good day. Welcome to the third day daily stand-up, where we share our progress, what we have done so far, any progress that we have had, if any, and just to help each other and to share our progress. So, like we did yesterday on the stand-up, it's more of you guys speaking. So I will give the floor to you guys. So I can see Nawaz has opened his mic and he's also raising his hand. So if you want, if you want to speak, please do. The floor is yours. Okay, maybe it's just a mistake. So yeah, let's go to the others. So anyone who wants to share. So basically, if you can speak, we would really encourage you to speak. But if you're not in a good place to speak, um, you can always text. So just write in the message your progress, what you have done so far, and if you need any help from from us or from your peers, please let us in the comments section. So let's try to be active in on these sessions. Okay. Perfect. So can I hear from Abid? Abid Tasfa. So I'm just going to call out randomly. But if there are, volunteers, I would really appreciate that as well. Okay, great. I will actually share it. He said he's currently on task 2 and he finished for Benny and currently no numbers for. So this is excellent. Uh, okay, let's go down the list. And I hear from Bezawi Taklu and then Eden Fenta. Okay, yeah, great. Eden said she's done with task 1 and currently goes to task 2. So that's with the progress as well. So what about others? Please share. Even if I don't call your name, please try to share in the message or raising your hand. Lydia, maybe I'm just going to call random. Lydia Fassan. Yes, Barakat, hi. Can you share your progress? And think there's available, please. Please continue. Bukala, if you are speaking, you're on mute.
Am I audible now?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you, Kirot. I have done both task 1 and task 2. Right now, I am preparing for the task 3 after today's session from previous session. After previous session, I am just preparing for task 3. So I have I plan to do task 3 after I think after a session from this session.
Good, good. That's good. Progress. So, do you need any help with the tasks? Well, if you're speaking,
Good.
yes, Emilia.
Okay, I couldn't hear you in case you're speaking. Very cool.
Oh, I wasn't audible. I was just asking if he needs any help. I was just asking the level.
Yes, Kerod.
So, do you need any help? Any blockers so far?
Till now, no any blockers. If I have any question, I will ask or drop some text on the community.
Good. Cool. Thank you for sharing, bro. Excellent. So on the comment as well, people are sharing you is done with task 2 and currently working on task 1 and currently working on task 2 as well as Barakat and Condesa as well. They're all working on task 2. And can someone help you join the Slack workshop? Okay, Abenazar, let me share. So normally we have sent an email for Slack, but I can definitely share. Let me share a link that you can use to join. So, Abenazar, if you can use this link to join Slack if you were not able to do with the previous one. Okay. And Elias said, hello everyone. I'm about to start with my task 1 on time management. I couldn't begin earlier because I didn't have any access to transport. Could you please give me some guidance and give an overview of what task 1 time management involves? So I don't think the challenge introduction has happened yet, Elias. But for more information, Emilia, could you respond to this question?
Yeah, in the chat box.
Yes, Elias asked about the time management project.
Yeah. We're gonna have the career session today. Actually, it's 1:30 p.m. So it's an hour session. So after this stand up, I'm gonna send a reminder for that.
So the time is in UTC, right? Or in E8?
E8 actually, like if you can time.
So
Yeah.
the local time. Okay. So yeah, after an hour approximately.
Yeah, in an hour actually.
Okay.
1:30.
Yes. So Elias, so the time management project has not been introduced yet. So join the session that's going to happen with Emilian in an hour, which is going to be introduction to the non-technical project, which is the time management project. Okay, and so guys as well going to be is working on task 1, have finished task 1, working on task. So I can see that most of you guys are having a good progress so far, which is finishing on task 1 and working on task 2. So that's a good progress, I would say. Cool. Okay. So anyone else? Anyone with a blocker? Anyone else with who needs help or who wants to share their progress? But Tasavia, can you share your progress? Okay. Where can you find the data set for task? So we have put the link in the calendar document under the link data. You can find a zip folder which contains all 3 data sets for each country. Okay, anyone else wants to share? Please do. Salamite, I just want to hear from the teammates more. So Rahid. Okay, I'm assuming that they are typing. So can we hear from Alemayo and Gamachu? Can you Alab? Can you share? Can you share your just progress so far? Salamite is working on task. So that's good. Yes, Calab, continue. Calab, you are
Hello,
on
everyone.
mute. Yes, now you can hear.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, we can. Calab, you're on mute
ሄሎ
again.
በጣም ይቅርታ ይሰማል ነው?
Yes,
ይሰማል
we
አይደል?
can hear you. Yes.
እንግዲህ በነበረን ቆይታ እንግዲህ ታስኳን ከዚህ በፊት አይተነዋል መሰለኝ። ትናንትና ዕለት ያየነው ነው። ጊት ላይ ያለውን ጊት ኢግኖር ላይ ጨምርበት ብለኸኝ ነበረ። እሱንም ለማስተካከል ሞክሬያለሁ። እንግሊዘኛ ወይ አማርኛ የትኛውን ብጠቀም አሪፍ ነው?
For which? So you can share. So the reason, so just for clarification and for transparency, so the reason that we use English is there are some people, some of our peers are from vulnerable groups, and we need to have the transcriptions to be able to understand or to be able to have access to the recordings, so we need to transcribe it, and for the transcription to work, we need to use English. So that's the reason that we use English to communicate. But for you can ask in whichever languages you're comfortable with. It doesn't matter.
No problem. No problem. I can continue with English.
Yes. Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
The last meeting was about Git and about committing our changes to GitHub and creating branches. Task 2 is continuing with making the countries, analyzing the countries, cleaning their data, the MPT data on the CSV files to improve them. Let me share my screen and we will continue. So can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Can you see it? Yeah. So previous task was cleaning their data. Like for example, if the value, should I explain? Is that how it goes, or should I continue? Can you see it? Okay.
Sorry. Yeah. So normally it's not a must to share your screen. You can just tell us about what you have done and what's
I know.
But if you like to share, you can just show us your code or whatever you like is good. But on Wednesdays we will have presentations you can definitely show off your whole code there. But this is good. So continue.
Okay. As the tasks are provided, I try to clean the data, make the non entity sets, or the ones that have an extraordinary values. For example, uh, uh, uh,
Yeah, I think
can
you're
you see
muted.
my screen now?
We did, but I think you have stopped sharing.
Okay. How about now?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so first we have to import our data, our libraries. After that, we're gonna use those imported libraries to first of all to import our data. I used it to import the Benin CSV. After importing it, we continue to summarizing it. After that, detecting the outlier. For example, on the tasks, there are values that should not be negative, and that cannot be less than 0. So based on the task, I try to make the negative values to non-valuable, like none. After that, we're gonna make the non-valued to median. After that, after all the status, we analyze the data. After that, we're gonna create a clean Benin data that is clean, that doesn't have reputation, that doesn't have null value, and the negative data. After that, we're gonna compare them on the this is the task 3. We're gonna compare them from one country to the other country. First, as you can see, there is a Benin clean, Benin clean. We have a clean CSV. After that, we're gonna compare we're gonna compare the 3 countries based on the clean data. That's the task 3, I think. And my progress is like this. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you, Kalab. So I believe you have done also task 3, and that's a good progress as well. Thank you so much for sharing.
Okay,
So-
is there? I didn't explain it most effectively, but
No.
is there anything?
So- Yeah. So I understand your question, but so for the stand-up, it's not like a presentation where you get feedback. So and stuff like just to show to share your progress, and to if you have any blockers to get help, we use that for the stand-up. But if you want feedback, so in case of a feedback, I don't have any. I think it's a really good, a really well done project. And maybe for those of you who are like who are having issues, you can also contact Arab and like try to get help as well, because I think it's good. But what would be really interesting from or what would be really interesting questions? What insights did you get? So while doing the analysis and so on. So that's basically the answer, the question you need to answer after doing all this analysis, all this coding, all this, like EDA and stuff. The one thing that you have to answer is what is the insight that you have got. Kalab, can
Okay,
you
yeah,
share?
yeah. Based on the after the analysis, after the three countries being analyzed, the final conclusion is, after the three countries being compared, I've stated I am a developer, not a like environment specialist, but from the data, uh, from the results I've gotten, the Benin country had the highest average GHI. This is the key insights or the key observations from the data that has been given. Benin appears to have the best overall solar potential among the three countries, making it the most promising region for Brazil development. That's my insight for from the three countries. The one I prefer, or the one that I recommend for deployment of the TV, the solar deployment is the Benin country. Does that answer the question?
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Okay.
So you said, I think there is some kind of echo. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah.
Good. So you said, so I have an interesting question for you. So you said that in the previous one, the GHI and NHI and others should not be negative, and you tested it and it came out all positive, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But from the data, you can clearly see that some of these values are, especially the GHI for some, is a negative value. So how do you explain that?
So
can you go to one of, like, if you go to Benin, Sierra Leone, or Togo and show us the data, you can see that the GHI for some is negative. So this is the cleaned one. I don't trust the cleaned one. Can you show me the original one?
The original, yeah.
So it's going to take, so can you scroll up? I don't know. Yeah. So here, if you can see, for the GHI, it's a negative value. Negative
Yeah. This is the original value. So after we,
you said, so how did you how did you account for this? And I can see in the cleaned one, it's very different. I think we see hundreds.
yeah, this is the median, or it calculates, or all the, there are like 565,000, yeah, like these all data. So it calculates the median.
What do you mean the median? I don't understand. So this is the original data at each minute, right?
Yeah, at each minute. Then
yes,
it calculates it adds up all the values. And for example, you can see that this is 217, yeah?
Yes.
So it adds all the values, and as you can see, there are a lot of high values. As you can see, after adding it and finding the median, the value should not be the negative one will be prone, like imputed.
So
Cleaning
I understand, but so this is where like deeper research and analysis comes into play, right? So this is not like a median thing or anything. So this is the value of that specific feature at every minute of the day, right? Yeah. So like you can see very high values, you can see very low values, you can even see a negative value for some, right? So you need to dig deeper and try to understand why. And when you check that, so what you will find is so the highest is like, if you check the time, is the around like noon and afternoon, and when the sun is very high, right? When the concentration of sun or the angle of the sun is very perpendicular, and the radiation is high, and so on and so on. So this is the measurement of the sense radiation, right? Like
This is the
one is
original measurements.
yes. So one is for perpendicular. The one just measures the perpendicular sun rays, and the other like the normal, and so on and so on. So this is not a median. This is the original value. So the original value means this is the measurement that you get from the sensors at each minute. So this is not in any way calculated or gone through anything cleaning or anything like that. So the high values represents the time where the sun rays or the radiation is at peak. Okay. So in the negative values, you have to understand. So there is a reason that there is a negative value, by the way. That's why I asked you. So you don't really have to answer me right now, but I would suggest that you do that you just dig it a bit deeper to understand why the negative numbers appeared. Because for GHI, DNI, and DHI, there shouldn't be a negative number. Since it's a solar radiation measurement, if there is no measurement, it should be 0. But in our case, we can see some negative values. And if you check the time, so can you scroll up to the beginning of the dataset?
Yeah.
So here, if you can see, the negative values are at midnight, right?
Yeah.
So at midnight, it's a negative value, and the negative value is like just 1 and 2, 1 and 2. So if you scroll down, if you keep scroll down around morning time, it starts to go down. So here, if you can see, so I think you have passed it. So around in the morning when the sun starts to rise, which is right 6:33 or 6:30 minutes in the morning, right? So you will see sun. So when the sun comes up, the measurement is the sensors are reading a positive value, and it keeps increasing, and you will see the maximum value, I think, around 1 o'clock, right? And from there, it will decrease and decrease, and around midnight, it will go to a negative value. So there is a correlation. So you can see, so being working with data means you have to understand each data and try to figure out what story it's telling, because each data point is a story, right? So what I would recommend you to do, so this is really good, by the way, the work you have done is really good. So what I would suggest you to do is just do a small research, or just go to ChatGPT, and I'm getting a negative value for these features around this time. So what could it be? Just try to check that. So knowing the reason that there, the reason why there is a negative value in this measurement will really help you understand how to impute them. So right now, I think you're imputing the mean value from that feature into the negative values, which is wrong, because you're saying at midnight the sun concentration is like the sun radiation, the sensor is reading 100 and something, which is wrong. In the midnight, it shouldn't read that much, right? It's the reading from the daytime. You're putting the daytime reading into the midnight, which is going to mess up your recommendation and your analysis. So what I would recommend you to do, this is actually for everyone. If you have time, I would definitely recommend you to do to go to just to do just a simple Google search, or just go to ChatGPT and do the analysis. I can see a negative value from this time to this time for these features. For GHI, DNI, I don't think that there's going to be a negative value for. I'm not sure, but for DHI, sometimes it may be because it's a normal. But if you can see it, so I'm having a negative value for these features at this interval in the original sensor reading. So what is the issue? So what could be the issue? So you will get a result, and based on the research or the analysis, what you can do is you can just go ahead and create a strategy on how to impute it. So I would suggest that you do that and come back to us on Slack or on the Monday stand up and share what you have found. This everyone, especially for collab, since you are sharing. Yeah. So
Yeah.
the question is clear, right?
Yeah, it's clear.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, thank you. Nata,
Okay.
Yes.
Sama, is it audio?
Yes, Alamayu.
Sound? Should I present?
I think we're almost out of time, but if you can tell us what you have done, and have you also encountered this kind of issue that we have shared with Kalab?
Yes, I'm just struggling that way.
Okay, please sharing that, yes.
Understand? Yeah.
So, so you're struggling with understanding what specifically?
Actually, I have just completed the profiling, which means the data analysis, like its shape, everything. Actually, I present yesterday that one also, and currently I'm just comparing each countries, which means the EDA part. So
So the
comparing each
EDA,
country.
the EDA is with the profiling. The comparing is another thing.
Profiling, which means that like
Cleaning it. So
like
you mean
cleaning
by
and shape
profiling?
and everything.
Yeah, and EDA is also included under task 2. So for task 3 is just comparing each country with each other. For task 2, you will do it like analysis to analysis and cleaning individually.
Yes, I completed that one.
Yeah, I think you have.
Visualization and data analysis. I completed that one. And also
Okay.
I'm trying comparison.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So what's the issue then?
I didn't understand why the negative part of that one. Kala question is also my question. Kala that she explained. That is my point. I didn't get up that.
Okay, so Alab actually didn't have a question, but what we were discussing with Alab was, so in the original data, the data that we have provided and the data that's available on the site that we have shared, there's a negative value for GHI, DNI, and the other features, the main features, right? So that's in the original value. So, and if you read about those features, they should not be a negative value. So, like in the measurement or to use them as a feature, they should not be a negative value. So you're left with two choices, basically. One is dropping the negative value if the number of negative values less than 5%. If it is less than 5%, it might not affect the analysis that much, so you can drop it. But in our case, it's greater than 5, right? So first you have to check how many of those data points are negative, the percentage, right? And after you check the percentage, the next thing you do is decide on your strategy to clean them. So this is cleaning. So when you decide to clean them, you will have two choices basically. So one is to drop them based on the percentage, and the other is to impute them. But when you decide, if you decide to with the imputation, which is the second option, you need to understand why those values are a negative value, right? You need to understand why the negative values are happening in those features. So for that, you need to do some research on why or cases that these values could be a negative value. And when you come up with a result or an answer to why that happened, then you will decide on the imputation strategy. But now I think it's like some of you, I'm not sure about everyone, but since Calab showed, I would assume that some of you are just directly imputing the mean value into the negative values, which is wrong, because you're basically saying that so the mean value could be, or the median value could be the one in the midday, right? So if you use the midday, you're saying Togo has the same radiation at 12 in the morning and 12 at night, or midnight and midday. So, which is not true, right? There is nowhere where the sun radiation, of course, there could be in the north and in the south pole, but here in an ideal place, the sun radiation is not the same on the midday and the midnight, right? Especially if you read the data. So assuming that you can have or impute the mean and the median could be wrong. Of course, if you do the analysis, if you do your research and say it's the correct one, it's it's up to you. So I'm not saying that this is the right way, but looking at the data and looking at the options that we have and looking at what would mean if you use the mean value in the in the midnight, what it could imply, I don't think that's right. So that's why I would suggest you guys to have just a bit deeper understanding or search about what's expected from these kind of things and how you can tackle them. So is that clear, Alamai?
Yes, I got you. So what I mean, like if midday or something, but in column wise, there is a lot of data. So I think we take like the mean. I think I thought it was like represents the missing part. Okay, now I understand you.
Yeah, I understand. So I'm not saying that it is the wrong approach. So you have to understand this. I am not saying that this is the completely wrong approach. So I think Miriam is asking the same question, which we will answer. But so I'm not saying that using the mean in any case is the wrong approach, but you have to know the data in order to choose the correct approach. So for this case, since it's so a time series, so we gave you a time series data, right? Which is data that varies with time. So in a time series data, your approach could be different because for this case, where we are currently measuring the radiation of the sun, at midnight, there is no sun. So it's expected to be very low, right? And at midday, there is high concentration of the sun radiation. So we expect it to be very high. But if you impute the midday value at midnight, you're saying that at midnight, there is the same concentration of sun radiation at midnight, which is completely wrong, right? So that approach could be wrong for this case. Of course, there are cases where you would use the mean. There are cases where you would use the median. Of course, we will see in the in the training, we will see cases where we use the median, where we will use the mean, where we use the forward field, the backward field. So there are a lot of ways to impute these missing and wrong values. You can also drop them, but I think, as Miriam said, it's like 40 to 50% of the data. So you cannot drop 40% and still try to still assume to get a correct data or analysis. So that's why I'm just suggesting that you do a deeper research, just like 1 or 2 Google search or just prompt to ChatGPT. I'm sure it will give you the correct answer.
Thank you.
Okay. Good. Yeah, cool. So this is really good. I think on my side, I think it's a really good and conversation, and I hope everyone has understood what we have been discussing. Yes, Miriam.
Hi, Kirod. How are you?
Hi.
Sorry, I just joined late. That's why I might not have heard everything. But so just to summarize, like the approach that I'm thinking is perhaps maybe to make them zero, right? Based on maybe research on when those negatives are occurring. So if they're occurring at night, perhaps do you think it's a good approach to just make them
So
zero?
yeah, this was what we were discussing for the last, I think, 20 minutes. So this is a really good approach, actually. So
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
because at midnight, like you would assume that there is no sense. So, but do you have any idea why it was reading negative?
I think it's because I was trying to see, like I tried to see the mean timestamp when these negatives are occurring. So for the DHI, and DNI, the mean timestamp is like it's giving me kind of night values like 01, 1 a.m. maybe.
Yes.
But
Yes,
I would have to check.
at midnight, around midnight. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like that.
So of course, yes, we have understood that. But do you have, during your research, have you found any reason that this could be happening, perhaps?
Maybe the measurement errors, poor calibration and stuff like that.
Excellent. So yeah, that's what you would get. So when the sun radiation is very high at daytime, the calibration goes off. Okay, and when it is very low, it's the calibration, since it has missed or gone off by a bit, it will be negative. So that's basically what you will get. So excellent work, Miriam. And for the rest, please do your own research as well and come up with a strategy on how to input them. So yeah, great. Okay, I think we are well out of well above our time. So yeah, if there is any question, anything that's not clear, please ask, and I will be happy to explain. And if you want me to go over some details or some anything that we have discussed earlier, please ask. If not, I think we can end the session here. So if anyone, I will give 1 minute to ask. And if there is no question, Emilian, I think after 1 minute, we can end the session. Yes, Miriam. This stand-up and every session are going to be recorded and uploaded to YouTube, and we will share the link. Yeah. And I know where I can find this. So have you checked the child document? You can find it either on a 10x or the shared document. We have emailed you the child document. So if you have seen it, if you have access to it, you can find the data there. Note resource 10x on 10x, our learning platform. So you can sign in there, go to module and find the solar radiation challenge, and there you will find a section called data, like a data set overview, and there you will have the link to the data. So yeah, you will find a zipped folder there. Cool. If you have any question or if you still didn't find it, you can come to me and just inbox me. Okay, cool. Thank you guys for asking. Emilia?
Yes, Kerod, and just a reminder, the carriers tutorial will be starting now. It's like 13 minutes, I guess. So I'll be sending a reminder. Just get ready. Yes, Nazif, you have something? You can see your hand raised. You have a question?
I think it's a mistake, and I think he was like that since the beginning. So no, we can assume it's a mistake. Cool. Okay. Thank you guys for joining, and have a great day. See you guys on Slack.
Bye. See you.